Alabama River. I stayed at Millbrook last night. Drove in late, feeling kind of rough this morning, starting to get old, starting to see some gray in my beard, but I'm still out here chasing them fish, guys. I stopped there at Big Bass gas station this morning. I got my bologna biscuit, and now I'm ready to rock. Let's see what we can't get into out here on this river. Let's go, baby. All I'm doing here is I'm going up and down the river and looking for cuts that go back up against the current. The current is running down through here, so I'm looking for a river that has a split in a Y. That way that there's not any current inside this creek. And that's why that I think those crappie will be there, and that's where that I generally have my success, especially you get back here towards the back. And the water temp right now, it ain't on this graph, but it's 63 degrees. So they should be starting to move towards the backs of the creek to get ready to spawn. You can barely see him. You see him sitting right in between the sticks. There's a little bit better picture of him. It's the angle. There, right there is what we're going after. Big old mad one right here, boys. Oh yes, a big old mad one right here. How's that for Alabama River starting to show out this morning? I'm right on the edge of the main river, and it's a little pocket, a little cut right off the side of the river, and the water's pretty clear for a river. So I went to a straight chartreuse uppercut by a crappie monster, and as soon as that dude right there seen it, he absolutely ate it. Big old fish, big old river fish. See, they're starting to pack on a belly there, probably close to 1.80 pounds or so. I'm not really gonna weigh them unless they're over 2 pounds, just to see how everything goes there. And all I'm doing is finding them in open water and then just flipping at them. That fish right there was actually swimming towards the boat, so I dropped in front of where he was coming to and got there before he got there. I got there, eyes met, fell in love, put him on the hook. Let's go, baby. You can see right there's a fish inside that pile. And then I saw another pile somewhere right off the edge of the screen there, but oh, there it was. Right there's a fish. There's 2 fish right there. And looks like there may be another one down there at the bottom. This is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm casting at right here, but I'm getting ready to try to catch that fish right there. Got him. Good big old fish. Good big old fish. Boy, he's mad too. Take some of that water off of him there. Come on up out there, Bubba. Come on up out there, Bubba. Bubba. Yes, sir. Jigs only, baby. That fish was just sitting there on that stump. That's why I grabbed the cell phone to show the screen so you can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. And then you could see the way that I was reacting to it, what it is that I was doing, as far as I was just flipping out, letting her fall, and when I got over his head, he saw me start shaking that rod. I'm trying to pull him off that stump and give him something to come after. And we put him in the boat. We got one on a stump down here. There he is, shining right there. And right there's the stump that he's right beside. There's a whole lot of pollen you see all in the water. That's why my screen is a lot dirtier than normal. I had to go into my settings and adjust my color gain up to 78% to get to where that I could see the fish. But he's sitting right there, and right there's the stump right beside him. You can barely see either one of them. Let's pitch at him. giant, giant, giant. Big old giant black crappie. Big old Alabama River stud. Oh God, that was all right there. That was all right. Yes, sir. I love them big old blackfish. Everything about them. Short, stocky. We may have to weigh this one. 177. He ain't been out of the water in no time, and he's already starting to color up right there. Just a stud of a fish. Let him go home. You can see right here. See that fish on the side of that stump? What I'm gonna do, he's at 20 foot out. I'm gonna pitch out to about 30 foot. That way my jig's got time to get down to that 12 foot depth. I'm gonna try to run it straight over the top of his head right here and see what happens. There comes a largemouth right in behind him. That is a largemouth bass right there. There's actually 2 crappies sitting right there. Let's see what happens. Pulled him out of there. There's a few of them come in from the outside that I couldn't see very well, and I messed up and let that little turd jump on my hook there. Let's see if that bigger one don't stay there. Got one of them out there. Little guy, little guy, little guy. Little guy. That is a good fish. Yes, sir. Right out in open water. Right into the channel of this big creek here at the side of it. Right here in this big creek. Right in the channel. This is the biggest creek down through this stretch of water. And that's why that I came in here, was because a lot of times on river systems, the bigger creeks is what hold the most fish. You'll find them sometimes flooded up in little cuts off the side of the river, and most of the time that's because current has pushed them in there, and that's their only escape from the current. Bye-bye, baby. That's a future 2.5 pounder right there, and one heck of a tournament fish. So always check the biggest creeks closest to the dams on both ends, and if you can find any that go back up the opposite direction of the way the current is coming, that'll create an eddy, and that's where that they'll stack up anytime that water gets to rolling. And that's also why you find them in the smaller cuts sometimes, is because that gives them a current break whenever they start releasing water. And right now they've just started releasing water, anticipating some rain coming in, so that's why these fish have been able to get up in there. And every good fish I've caught today, I have caught casting. I'm taking that uppercut right there by a crappie monster, and I'm casting by them and getting a reaction bite. I've tried vertical jigging. It absolutely was not the ticket today. As y'all saw, casting was king. Until next time, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you next time.